Today we are going to learn about active and passive voice. So firstly we have to know about what are the voices, and simply the voice we are using the way we used to say something in that way, that are the voices, that is active voice and passive voice. So what is the difference between active voice and passive voice? In active voice, we can say in a simple word, it's a short sentence, but it is strong, concise, and direct. Means we are simply said that he's playing cricket, she plays football, and some another sentence also. In this sentence, we are directly saying that he is playing cricket, and it is short and easy to understand. But what happened when we want to talk in a neutral or subtle type, then we are using passive voice. Simply we can say that if we are hearing someone, or hearing someone or seeing someone to do something, and we are bystander in that position. Bystander means simply in Hindi we are simply saying that चुगली करना means bystander. means आप कहीं पास में उसके साथ में खड़े हो, कहीं दूर वहां से खड़े हो, और आपको दिख रहा है कि वो कोई ऐसे ऐसे कर रहा है, या आप सुन रहे हो किसी की बातें और वही जाके किसी को बता रहे हो, तो उसको कहते हैं बाय स्टैंडर्ड. So then we are using passive voice normally. Okay, so there are only one example I mentioned here, that is she reads book. So simply it's a simple sentence that is in simple present tense. So what will be the passive voice? So what should you do for the passive voice? That are some golden rules. We will discuss this all in the next slide. But here I can say that the passive voice of this sentence is the book is read by her. Here is book is our object. Okay, the book is our object. Is read, it is our means verb, and by her, it's it's our subject becomes object. Okay, and object becomes subject. um, i I just thought it is so confusing, but here we can make this simple. That is if
Subhangi,
hello. Huh?
actually Manisha want to ask something.
Okay.
Yeah, Shubhangi, can you please go to the previous slide?
Yes.
Here, the examples you have taken,
Yes,
she
yes, yes.
reads
There is a problem, that is she reads books. Books, not she read
book.
book.
She reads
Yes, yes.
the book, and the second thing is the second example is the book is read by her. So here it would be like the book is being read by her. So
No, no. Actually, I means I convert the first sentence, that is she reads books. So when you are converted the simple tense, means simple present or simple past or simple future, then there are some rules, that is am, is, are. You are using with that with in the passive voice with v3 form of the verb. Okay, so here read is our v3, not v1. Read all three from, that is read, read, read.
yes, red. Read,
Okay.
red, red. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So here the sentence is correct, that is the book is read by her. It is in the form, that is object plus is plus v3 by, that is our bystander, and her is our subject that becomes object in our passive voice sentence. Okay.
Okay, now I got it. Yeah.
Okay, so there are some golden rules to convert active voice sentence in the passive voice, that are object will be subject and subject will be object. We saw this in our earlier example, and here is also example, that is Rahul holds a book. Okay, so here is the same example. The book is held by Rahul. You can easily understood. So in the next phase, we are using auxiliary verb in our sentence, because when you are just saying that Rahul holds a book and the book held by Rahul, then the sentence meaning is not really meaningful. So you have to use some auxiliary verb in them to become its meaningful with the V3 form of the verb. And as usual, for the subject which becomes object in our sentence with a bystander, that is our by. So here we are discussing the different types of sentence which we can convert in active to passive, or we can say passive to active also. So there are three sentence, that is tenses, modal verb. Modal verb means, can anyone tell me what are the modal verbs? Simply says some example.
Shall, should, could. All these are model
Might,
model
must.
verbs.
Yes, of course. Shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, are, too much, need, they are used to. This all is our modal verb. And let is also the some means with let we can make sentence. So we will see this sentence with let also, which we can convert into passive voice. There are so many there are so many types we can convert active to passive, but here we are only discuss about this. So here I have a table for the tenses, because we have no enough time to take this all sentence. I mentioned here, that is for the active voice what we are using, and in the passive voice what will be replaced as a auxiliary verb. That is when we are talking about present indefinite, then does, do, then it replaced by is, am, are. Okay, with V3 form of the verb. And again for the present continuous, present perfect continuous, for all we have some other auxiliary verbs we have. So you can clearly saw this, that here I mentioned rare cases. So why I'm using here word that is rare? Because in a normal life we are not normally using this sentence in a passive voice. So here but in a grammar knowledge, we should know about what will be the passive voice of that tense. So here I mentioned, but in our real life it is not so useful. So you can means you can rehearse on this all. So I would request to all, that is to in tomorrow's topic, you have to try at least two example of each, and record your audio and send in the group. It will be useful for other member to recognize what will be the uh, passive voice of the active voice in different tenses. So please, so here we have some, wait. So here we have some example of the tenses, that is she tells him. So firstly you have to you have to know about what how can we understand what means which is our object. So can anyone tell me how can we know about what is your object and which is our object? If anyone know about the any rules, so please can help us. Yes.
So I think whatever for the impact where he is on the receiver side always. The object is the one who is on the receiving side. Okay. So subject is the one who does something, and object is the one who is on receiving side. Something is going to be done on that thing. So that is subject. Okay. So
Okay.
object. Yeah. So subject is like in this sentence, C is subject. C is doing something, no? And
Yeah.
the person the one who is doing, so I think that is object. Okay, so object is always impacted by subject. Yeah.
Okay. So please, anyone wants to try again?
Actually, Subhangi, I have no exact idea of how we can recognize the object. But in first sentence, I can tell yes, she is subject, tells is Bob, and him is object.
Yes, it is a simple sentence, so you can easily identify. But
Yes, yes.
what about the? Yeah. Okay. So please, I should tell about this. If anyone have any tricks, so you can share with us. It will be very useful to us. No one have? Okay. So actually, we have the sentence that is she tells him. So to knowing what is our object, which is our object, ask question to your subject, that is to whom or what. Means in the first sentence we have to ask question to our subject and verb. Whom she tells, whom should tells, what will be the our answer? That is him. And if please wait. Okay. So here we have sentence that is Rekha was singing a song. Okay. So what is our object here? We have no we know about that a song is our object. But what happened when we have no idea about which is our object? So then we are asked that Rekha was singing what? What will be our answer? Please be active. What
Song.
will be our answer? A song.
Yes, song, yes.
रेखा क्या गाती है? ए सॉन्ग. उसने किसको बताया? उसको. Him. Simply you have to ask a question to your subject with your verb by we what or to whom. Okay. This is the rule to know which is our object. This is very simple rule. You if you are using by your own, then you can clearly know about what is your subject or what is your object. So here we have some example, that is she tells him. So here our he is him, that is our object becomes subject. So him is converted into he, and it is a singular person, so here we are using is in our sentence. And tells, that is tell, told. Okay. So here we have told as a v3 form of the verb, and by her, that is our subject becomes object. Okay. So when you are when you are converted your subject, then you are not using as a she, means I, we, you, he, she, it, they. You have to convert it like him, her, me, in this. So but there is a rare case, that is you. When you are using you as a subject, or when you are using you as an object, then it will be only you. So can anyone tell me why it is happens? Why we are always using you in our subject also and object also? You know the rule that is I, me, my, mine, myself. So what is the you?
No idea.
You have no idea about this?
No.
You know, I, me, my, mine, myself, we, ourselves. Don't know?
No.
Hello?
Actually, we know about this, but I have no exact idea because you were asking, why we mention you as a subject and also we as the object. That's when.
Okay, so for you, we are using your, yours, yourself. So that's why we are using you in our sentence, but in different cases, it will be converted, that is I, it converted into me. But what about the cases in you? That is you is not converted. You are yours, yourself. Okay. So here we are also using the second case, but it is in the you. So here we are not, here we are saying that it is not replaced, but it is actually replaced by you, by second case of you. Okay. There is nothing change in rule. So here we are moving to our second example, that is do I call you. So our sentence is in which form?
Present interrogative.
Yes, it is in present interrogative form. So we have to convert this sentence in interrogative case of case as usual. So here why I am using are in my sentence. So here we have you in our sentence. Okay. So for you, what will be the auxiliary words we are using? Are. For he, we are using is. For I, we are using am. So that's why we are using are in our sentence as an auxiliary verb. And what will be the call third form, that is called, and by me as usual our subject, that is converted into uh, object. Okay. Rekha was singing a song. So here we are moving to the next level, that is our past continuous tense. You can easily recognize that is was plus ing form. Okay. So Rekha was singing a song. So here you can clearly uh, saw this, that is for the past continuous tense was where ing form. Okay, not only was where, what where ing form will convert it into was where plus being plus v3 form of the verb. Okay, so here we are using the same rule. A song is our object, was is our the auxiliary verb in the passive voice. Okay, it is not in the active voice we are using was plus ving. It is in the passive voice was, and being, then sung is our sing sung sung. Okay, this is our sing third form of the verb, and by rekha as usual, this is our object. They will inform you about it. So this is our simple future. They will inform you about it. So it will becomes, will be V3 form of the verb. Okay. So for to know all these sentence to convert in the passive voice, you have to remember this all. Uh, if you are not remembering this all, then you can't convert active voice sentence in the passive voice in the different tenses. You have to you have to go through this all, and we can say that you have to remember about this all, then you can easily convert this all. It is so easy to convert active voice sentence into passive voice. uh, but here I mentioned a point, that is, if you are if you can see the example, that is, you will be informed about it. Okay, just don't take by them, you just focus on, you will be informed about it. I thought so. You also saw the example like this. Okay, so it is also in the passive form. Okay, so you have to remember, so you how can you know about this? That is, the meaning of this sentence, it will be different, and you can easily recognize by v3 form of the verb. In the normally sentence, if we are talking about future continuous tense, so what will be our sentence? That is, you will be, then we are using ing form of the verb, if you remember about future continuous tense. Okay, so for the will be info when we are talking about passive voice, then we are using here v3. So our ing form of the verb is converted into v3 form of the verb. So for this, you can know about what is your passive voice and what is your continuous sentence, and we can say any sentence you can easily differentiate when you know about the very well known about your tenses, and also your passive voice rule. Okay, so firstly, you have to just remember V3 form of the verb. Okay, V3. Then you can differentiate passive voice and active voice. Okay.
Okay, Subhangi, I think Manisha has some question. So Manisha, if you want to ask, you can ask now.
No, I don't have any
No,
question.
actually you raise hand, that's why I'm asking.
No, I raised a
Okay,
few minutes back only.
okay, okay.
Okay. So for the model auxiliary, there are so many model auxiliary in that, just like should, could, would, can, could, may, and autonomous, may, they're used to. There are so many model auxiliary. So for each one we don't have the different rules, because to remember all these model auxiliary, this is the different task, and to know. And if we are talking about active voice and passive voice, so it seems like like difficult, but we can convert this difficulty into the short level. That is, here I mentioned some rule, that is, when you are using any model auxiliary. Okay, when you are using any model auxiliary, after that model auxiliary, when the first form of the verb will come, then you should use be in your sentence with that model auxiliary. Okay, with v3 form of the verb is as usual. And when you have seen, that is, if there is something means v3 form of the verb we are using in our sentence, just like should have, would have, could have. Simply we can say that if you are seeing any two words auxiliary, two words auxiliary means should have, there are two words could have, there are also two words would have. There should be some there can be some exception cases, but we can simply say that if you are, whenever you see that should have, would have word, means we can say that which have two words, then you can use been with that model auxiliary with v3 form of the verb, so you can easily convert that sentence into passive voice by active voice. Okay, so here we have only two example. I didn't mention so many example because we have not so many time to cover all this. So he may punish you for this negligence. Okay, so you so please can anyone describe how can I convert this in the passive voice?
So Subhangi,
I
here
mentioned already.
you will become subject and he
Yes.
become object. So I think you may be
So
punished.
please, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, yes.
Please describe about this because uh, how can you know which is our object? All this you have to describe all this because we have already answer here. Please.
So I think first sentence is he may punish you for this negligence. इस negligence के लिए वो तुम्हें punish कर सकता है. Means वो is a subject. Uh, in first sentence, I am talking about first sentence. You is object. So object will converted in subject. So you may and here be you may be and this is third form of punished and by and he become as him object. So this is my point of view.
Okay.
Okay.
Please, anyone wants to try second example? You can use the rule I mentioned
Hello.
here.
Hello.
Please,
Yes,
please
yes,
try.
yes, Glassy.
Yeah. So I think, see, passive and active, what we are doing, no? So in active voice, whatever we do, so a doer is important. Okay. Suppose uh, I will do the work. That suggests that I am going to do that work. Okay. When the work is important, then we use it in a passive form. Okay. So I will do the work. Simply we can say it will be done. Okay. Or the work will be done. So then work is important. Who is doing is not important. So that is why we use passive words. Okay. So in all the formal these things, no, whether we are discussing in offices and other places, I think we use a lot of these type of words, passive words. Okay. It will be done. Don't worry. It can be done. Okay. But who is doing? No, we never use this word. It will be done by me. Okay. Nobody said this. So state by we say it will be done. Okay. So nobody talks about who will be doing this. The work will be done. Okay. So I think that way, no, if you see there are various form of be, okay, which is getting used everywhere. Okay. So then suppose I, I'll clean the I will clean the wall. Okay. The wall will be cleaned. Okay. So be verb is important and you can use for I think instead of going all the formulas, I think we can use like b form, different b form, like for whatever we are talking about current situation, we can see uh, uh, b form and then third form, b form and third form. If it is in continuous, then you can use be plus ing, being, if you are using that, being done. Okay, so that is why. And that's way we can do it. Okay, then it becomes very easy to I think form the sentence as well. Okay, you may disagree, but I just said about the subject. Yeah, thanks.
No, I'm not disagree. You said very well. Uh, I'm with you.
Yeah, yeah, I also agree with him. I don't know his name, but I also agree with him. When we convert any sentence to passive, like the maid is cleaning the room. So when
Yes,
we
I,
the convert
yes, yes,
this sentence, then we can say that the room is being cleaned. It does
yes.
it
Also,
is
we
not
have
required to mention who is cleaning the room.
this
Okay.
cleaning the room. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Also,
so
there are
actually, if
two
you see, no, all the
examples.
native speakers, no, they will never use this by we use, no. So for
Yes,
grammar per se, we use it, but it is wrong actually. We should not use who. Means if I have to say it will be done by me, so then I'll say I'll do this. Okay, instead
Yeah,
of saying
generally
it will
people
be done by me. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay.
Yes,
And my
yes,
name is Anupam. Sorry
I
for
really agree with you. Really agree with you, because I already mentioned this. In many examples, we are not using means by him or by me, because when you are we have some example. I have some example also. The worker constructed the building. Okay, the workers are constructed the building. So here the workers are not so many important in that sentence. If you are
no,
just
no. So
saying
here also it is active, no? Worker is constructed the building. So I think
the worker
the building
constructed
got constructed. The building got
the,
constructed.
the building was constructed. Yes,
The
it is very
building,
yes.
the
Yes, yes,
building was the building was being constructed.
yes. If we are talking in our means continuous form, then it will be being constructed. Yes, of course.
So thank you, Subhangi, for today class. Tomorrow we will
So,
continue.
sir,
Okay.
we have one time.
Actually, we have only 3 minutes. That's why I'm just saying.
So here we
Okay.
have only three examples about late.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
So so here we have three example about let. So what will be our means way, how can we convert late sentence? So here also the same problem, you never seen this example. Let me go home. This is the this is our sentence. Let me read the book. Let read the book means letting me study. This all sentence we are using in our daily life. We are not using that he lets me go home, she didn't let me read the book, or she is not letting me study. Okay, so for all this sentence, what can we do to convert this in our passive voice? That is what is our object here? Me. That will convert in I. So as usual we are using am in our sentence because it is in the, we can say it is in the assertive form. So here you can see that I didn't convert go home in the third form of the verb. Okay, so why I'm not converting here? Because in this sentence we have to convert, we have verb in our sentence that is late. Okay, you have to know this. What is our verb? Late. Late is our verb. So that the late have three form, that is late. So that's why we are converted let into the third form of the verb, that is late. And go home, as usual, here we are using go home as a we can say it is the complement, and by him, this is our subject that will become in a object. So if anyone have any question on this, so other example are same like this, please ask. Hello.
Okay, Subhangi, we have only 1 minute. So if anybody have any questions, so you can ask. Otherwise, tomorrow also you can raise. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you, Subhangi. We
Okay,
are
sir.
going to end up this meeting.
Thank you
Okay.
so
Thank
much
you so
Tomorrow
much.
we will continue. Also,
Okay.
tomorrow we will take some question regarding this. So that
Yes.
is not issue. Okay.
So please, I request to all,
Okay.
please record your
No, if
audio.
anybody has question, you can post in group also. She can
Yes.
reply.
Yes,
Okay.
if you have some
Okay.
time, then you should record the audio related to tenses that will be convert active into passive. Please record the audio. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Subhangi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.